committed body, Omar. It's flattering when you think about it, because they copy the best, don't they? I am proud of all of you. Starting our YouTube now. Hi, greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 YouTubies. It is the 13th of December, 2025. We are ktfalways.com. I greet you in agape love. It's nice to be with you. Before we do anything, we always go to God and we pray to Him. Join me. Abba, holy, holy, holy that you are. I am righteous by the blood of your Son Jesus to be with you, and I am grateful for you. Well, Father, I am simply, I'm just simply ecstatic. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. I thank you from the bottom of my soul for our teams and what they do and how they put things together. Every morning I look out the window and I talk to you and I ask you, I says, what do you want me to tell them today? Wow. It was good. It was good. And I will tell them, Father. I will tell them as I give you all honor and glory. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for this information. I want to thank you for the opportunity, Father, to make a difference in this world. And the finances that are coming to the church are going to make this possible. I want to make a difference, Father. I want to help. And I'm asking you to give me that permission to do so. I pray for those that are with us right now. And I pray for Arturo. My wife and I prayed with him. My wife and I cried with him. And I still pray for Arturo. He lost his wife in October and he comes home to an empty house. It's cold, he said. He looks over on the pillow in bed and she's not there, he says. I did my best to help him and lift him and take him to you. I did my best. Please, Papa, take care of this man. Take care of his family. And that's one of the tens of thousands of people that you have sent to me. I pray for them all. I love you. I love you mucho, mucho. I thank you for everything. I thank you for the ability to think, and the ability to breathe. I thank you for the ability to speak different languages. I thank you for everything. Now, give me the strength to finish this day and deliver this message that it would lift, that it would encourage, that it would put hope in your church. It is in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, that I pray to you, Father, because I like to. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Move your mic up. They can't hear you.
They can't hear me?
You're too low. The volume's low.
I'm low because I'm praying.
I know. But move it up.
I don't think I can go any higher, Tink, unless I do this.
Oh, thank you.
Is that better? Okay, so Jan says you can't hear me. What else is new? Let's see if this helps. Tink, you let me know if this helps any, okay? And I will raise my voice. If you couldn't hear me for a while, it's because I was praying to God. Hold on, they just sent some more information. By the way, it's ridiculous. The amount of information is ridiculous. It may take about 2 hours. But you know something? I noticed at yesterday's YouTube, which was incredibly packed, that we got about half the amount, about 13,000 views, and that was about it. I thought, wow. So you're not interested. Okay. Now I know that the other half is interested, but I don't know if I want to give 2 hours, because I can give the rest of it in premium, where people are interested. Let me read this. OMG. Is this another way that they're trying to tell you something? OMG. I'm doing my YouTube. Please, give me your interpretation of what you just sent me. Thank you. Okay. Everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. It's just a speculative investment. So I offer you my opinion. That means that it's not written in stone, is it? This is today. Are they able to hear me better, Tank?
Some of them said it. Yes, it's better, but it could be better.
Well, then get yourself some speakers.
Or earphones.
Get yourself some earplugs.
Not earplugs.
Not earplugs. Earphones. Maybe you want earplugs with me. But I will try to talk louder for you. I know, right? I told you it's ridiculously long today. It's about twice as much as I normally get. And they just sent more. That's that noise that you hear when it goes, whoo. Oh my goodness. You know, the interesting thing is, I actually show you all of this, don't I, when I hold it up? Shoot, it might be an hour before I get to the beginning. Bingo. We were finished with our UB2B, I would say about 6:30 last night. So then the first report comes in yesterday at 8:30 in the evening. And um, unfortunately, my dear friends out there in Iraq are being affected by the lies on the internet on the subject of the Iraqi dinar based on what we give as our opinion. Let's get to work. Mr. Frank, just giving you another heads up. Folks here in Iraq are saying that it's all over the internet and it has reached many of us here in our businesses. Here, the folks on the streets say that Frank 26, Frank 26 said that there would be a rate change on January the 1st. Be careful who you study with. Be careful who you support. That Frank 20 in the streets that Frank 26 said that the rate was changing on January the 1st, guaranteed. And the folks here in Iraq, in our business, many of my families are coming to me and to Eddie because we always reach out to you. We talk only to you, Mr. Frank. We try to tell them, no, no. We said, and Mr. Frank said, repeated that what Allah and the economist said is that the current exchange rate of 1310 would expire at the end of the month. That's what we said. We didn't say that January the 1st there would be a new exchange rate. You irresponsible jerks. That there would be a change, guaranteed a rate change on the 1310 would expire at the end of the month. That was it. Frank did not say that there is a rate change occurring. And it's getting frustrating again with folks misinterpreting things and twisting things, and here they come to us. It's sad, but just wanted you to know this. Alrighty, so I'm sorry, we have to throw out the garbage, and I just did, but now that we've thrown out the garbage, oh, wait a minute, there's more. It's sad, but just wanted you to know what folks on the internet here are seeing and saying that you said, and we know it's a lie. And they are off. Yes. In other words, you're way off base with her. And they are off. Yes. We said rate would expire. But Mr. Frank, we told you that the economists left it at that. And we heard you say exactly what we told you. Just like you repeated. But as usual, folks put words in your mouth again. We just wanted to let you know and the chaos that we are getting. We will send more about today. Alrighty. Don't worry about it, guys. Then I say to him, after 20 years, gentlemen, I'm used to this type of abuse. That's why I always say on my programs, everything is my opinion. But I will bring this information up tomorrow and make sure that everyone understands again. We are simply repeating what Allah said on December the 1st concerning December the 31st. The 1310 would come to an end. That's it. Everything else is the imagination of the internet that wants to draw attention to themselves. He says, sending, they really worried for you because you didn't say that. Omar says they are ruthless. Yeah, buddy, they are. They are. And I believe that I got cancer. I got sick because of the stress that I went through these last 20 years. Then I respond, yes, gentlemen, yes, John. They are very, very ruthless. They don't care. They are careless. In fact, we got some other guru on the internet yesterday. They came out and said, Frank26 has the 800 number, and Frank26 is going to be giving it out. That's a bunch of lies. Now, gentlemen, let's talk about what's going on with the monetary reform. Yesterday, we left off with the Bank of Baghdad. I hear there's some good news about it. Can you update me? Like I told you, the Bank of Baghdad would come around. They'll surrender. They'll give up. They were being a pain in the gluteus maximus because that's what they're supposed to do. They support Iranian terrorists, so of course they're going to steal the money and send it over there. But when they got caught, oh, no, we didn't. Okay, we won't do it again. I promise. Whatever. Television, Mr. Frank. Television is showing. In answering your question, Mr. Frank, television is showing that the Bank of Baghdad is talking now after the U.S. Treasury said to that bank that was dealing with oil smuggling, and they put this statement out. Hey, Bank of Baghdad, what? Bank of Baghdad is committed to the international compliance and transparency standards. There you go, Frank. I guess they decided that they're going to do what Mr. Trump is asking through the Oliver Wyman. Here's something else that's interesting. This is interesting. Look. Why do they repeat the same words? You notice that? This is interesting. Look. Look what this guy is saying on the television. His name is Kojer. Kojer. Okay. What up, Eddie? What do you say? He said, oil revenues cover operational expenses, and Iraq needs the reforms before the next budget. Oil revenues covers the operational expense. Yeah, and about 90% of your budget is going to be by the oil, but eventually those numbers will change. So he's telling you that oil revenues cover the operational expenses. So, yeah, what about it? And he said Iraq needs the reforms, the monetary reform, before the next budget. Omar, you did suggest that. And then, all righty. I don't know where this is coming from, but I thank you for that input, Kojar, and you too, Omar. Continuing. Now we have the Shafat News. Get it? Really? What? They're on TV? Yeah. They can put it in their newspaper. What's up? The Shafat News came out today and they talked about the 23, 24, and 25 budget. Really? The tripartite. And they said that and then, okay, the Shafat News came out and talked about 23, 24, and 25 budget. And then guess what? What? That economist guy is back. 4 days in a row? Yeah. Same guy? Yeah. Are you catching on? What do you say? And that economist guy said this about the 25 budget. Quotations. Yeah. He said, yeah, that could be a big part of it. It sounds like they're holding back on releasing the 25 details because there's some rate related elements in there that they haven't finalized. So it's definitely a piece of the puzzle. why they're talking a bit longer to show it. Unquote. What do the Catholics, what do they call it when they go into that little telephone booth? Confessions, yeah, confessions. I guess it's day of confessions of the monetary reform in Iraq. Really? So you got some guy, then you got Shabbat News coming out, and then the Economist guy comes out. Hey, this is early in the day. That for today, early. These reports are very early in the morning of Iraq. And I told him, I said, I bet you're going to hear even more about the monetary reform from this economist. And then he says, well, Frank, here's our favorite economist again, this guy again in the news and his opinion on multiple rates. He, wait a minute. First he's talking about the tripartite budget. Then he says, hey, here's our favorite economist guy again. And now he's talking about the multiple rates. Well, yeah, why not? He talked about it with to you 2 days ago. What did he say? Well, he goes, okay, I'll give you the quote, Frank. I'll give you the quote. He says, well, it's kind of like having two sets of rules. I know, two sets of books. Look at this. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Economist. What do you want to tell the people? Well, it's kind of like having two sets of rules for the same game. A country can set a fixed exchange rate. I can't believe they told them this. This is exactly what Walking Stick told us that they were going to tell them. This is the outline. This is the notes. This is the files. This is exactly what we've been telling you. We told you last year into this year. Look, listen. This guy says, well, it's kind of like having two sets of rules for the same game. A country can set a fixed exchange rate within its own borders for local transactions. So people and businesses have a stable rate to rely on. And at the same time, they can let the currency float on the international market, where the exchange rate is determined by supply and demand. Does any of this sound familiar? Basically, it's like running two parallel systems. It's like running two parallel systems to keep things predictable at home, but flexible abroad. Wow, predictable at home, fixed and flexible abroad. Climate. This is, I mean, they just don't know how else to say it. This is amazing. Here, I'll show you this part. Now, for those of you that complain and say, why does he hold it up? Because when you rewatch my YouTubes, you can hit pause and you can read what I'm showing you. Oh, I wish you would have thought of that. Yeah, I wish you would have had too. Instead of complaining. Continuing with our report. Next report, 11 o'clock this morning. Now on the television, like Rikia Channel 1, today we are seeing the Prime Minister Sudani. He is meeting with the United Nations Secretary of General. We got articles on this. The Secretary of General, and the Secretary of General is speaking about, why do they repeat themselves? And the Secretary of General is speaking about how secure and safe Iraq is now. Secure and safe, secure and stable. Well, that was needed for only one thing. Secretary General is speaking about how secure and safe and secure Iraq is now. He says our country is now in these conditions and that we are a normal country. Huh? What he said. Really? Yeah. Iraq is a normal country? What's abnormal? A program rate. He says that we are now a normal country now, and all nations and countries should recognize that. Give me my dues. All countries and nations should recognize that and come back and do business with Iraq. Get yourself in here, contractors. We're in here. Give us a new rate. Antonio Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Couldn't get that out. Antonio Gutierrez arrived in Baghdad to take part in the official ceremony ending the United Nations mission after 22 years. He was received by the senior Iraqi official, including the foreign minister, Fuad Hussein. They gave us a complete breakdown, Mr. Frank. Here it is. So the mission has been accomplished, and all personnel will be leaving Iraq after this date, which we know what it is. The termination was requested by the Iraqi government, which says the security and political stability now allows Iraq to manage its own affairs. Oh, sovereign, huh? Yeah. Well, then let the valley be your currency. That's what we're doing. The United Nations presence will continue, but in a shift at whatever. The ending of the United Nations does not mean the United Nations is leaving. Yes, it does. The United Nations may actually express whatever. We're going to be working with this. We're going to be working with this. The United Nations is going to be doing this. We're going to do climate control programs. That's why you're leaving. We're going to be doing things with health and education and technology and development support. We don't need your help. You want to be parasitical to Iraq. You want what they got, that you want them to give it to other countries. No. Find another sucker. The shift moves the relationship from the political mediation to the technical development side, and then goes on, and things they're going to do. Iraq's mission has been, Iraq's defines their mission goals, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the things they're doing with the monetary reforms, all the different things that they have accomplished. We have improved our security. We have managed our self-reliance. It goes on, and everything that you can imagine. Al Hassan comes out and he says we're supporting the end of whatever you can imagine what he's talking about. Iraq is now acting like a fully sovereign and normal state. Iraq is that. I know. Iraq is now acting like a full and normal sovereign state. That's so funny. Three unresolved. I don't know. You want to hear about that? We also have the missing Kuwait and the third country nationals from 1990 to 91. The Gulf War accomplished. Kuwait property has been sent back. Kuwait national achievements, these things, and it just goes on and on and on and on. I mean, it is long. Of all the things that the United Nations says that Iraq has accomplished in order for them to be secure and stable, which equals what? A new exchange rate. He warned Iraq that you cannot achieve sustainable developments unless these restrictions are lifted, and they are. The issue now is focused on rebuilding Iraq's economy from this agenda, and it goes on and goes. Iraq's Marshall Plan. Oh, look at number 7. What's number 7? How many times did I tell you that they implemented the Marshall Plan in Iraq? Can I take a bow? Marshall Plan, a new internally driven construction strategy, a plan to redo Iraq's role regionally and global region. So domestic. This sucker is long, and it's all oriented around a new exchange rate, in my opinion. Iraq can now vote freely and choose representatives without any pressure. ISIS was defeated largely through Iraq sacrifices and international support. No, it's because of us. Iraq must now transcend sectarian identity and strengthen equal citizenship. At the end of the United Nations, it goes on and goes on. The things that they're going to be doing now with their economic reform, the things that they've done because of the monetary reform. This is on the television, news, and article TV. All of this is in articles, and we have them in our form. Look what we just joined, Frank. 192 countries just joined a global anti-corruption alliance. Continuing. Now the news Now the news is talking about the digital revolution. The Iraqi banking sector is witnessing its largest digital expansion deal in order to launch and move in innovative digital services. They're talking about what we're going to be doing outside of our borders, Frank. This now we have this parliamentary guy trying to make Sudani look bad on the newscast. He came on for a few seconds. He is a member of parliament. Hussein Ali, Hussein Ali accused Prime Minister Sudani's government on Wednesday of neglecting and failing to address the issues of collecting custom duties. What are you stupid? They did that. Custom duties, despite proposals submitted by the Parliament Committee on Economy. Nobody paid attention to your proposals. Stupid. The borders are secured. The X-ray technology on the borders is amazing. The troops that are at the border. Shut up, Parliament. Committee invest and they want this investigator right away to deal with the problems of this matter right now. I'll get you. Frank, the United Nations will not maintain any political mission in Iraq, granting the full sovereignty to us. However, the United Nations says that they want to continue to support Iraq through other frameworks. Gentlemen, tell the United Nations where to go. Don't contribute one penny. Don't pay your dues to the United Nations. Then I start to talk and I respond to all the stuff that I've been reading to you. And here's what I say. Isn't it amazing, gentlemen? Or should I say, isn't it impressive that when Trump speaks, everybody, especially in the Middle East, listens. And those that are against the monetary reform, like Maliki's people, they also listen. That's why your Baghdad bank is reopening. Sir, isn't it's a coincidence that 1310 is expiring at the same time that we get our full sovereignty. Isn't it a coincidence that when 1310 expires on December the 31st, that's the next day we get our full sovereignty? And I answer that in a minute. Oh, God. And then then I'm still responding to all the other stuff that I've read to you already. And today we see the Bank of Baghdad jumping like a Mexican jumping bean, scared that they're going to be sanctioned, fearful that they're going to be left out of profiting during the exchange process. And quickly they say, okay, we will behave. And it's only because we need our banks that they will be forgiven. We need all your banks in Iraq for the exchange process. But like I said, isn't it amazing? If Trump sneezes, everybody wants to say, God bless you, sir, as quickly as possible to try to impress him. And right now, I am grateful for that. I am grateful for that respect on my president because it takes advantage of the speed of the monetary reform. I want Trump to push this as hard as possible. And he is. I don't know who Kolger is, but I agree with him. We need the formation of the government so that we can open the budget and release a new exchange rate. Now, whoever this Kolger guy is, once again, another continuous day of the CBI and Sudani sending out people to tell you, Iraqi citizens, that your purchasing power is coming. All of these people that are talking positive about the monetary reform are not doing it to help Sudani or to help Trump. They're doing it to brag, to put themselves in a better political position or in a better business position. But regardless, everybody knows the truth. This guy, whoever he is, knows that the oil of your country will feed your economy. But he better be wise enough to know that that's just one of the products that you have. You will bring in many more assets and products and services to the world going into next year. Omar says he's not sure if we're going to have to wait on the formation of the government. Now, the reason why Omar says that, family, is because remember what he suggested. Frank, I think we're going to see everything this year. That'd be good. And then have everything on the ground running um, by the start of next year. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, in other words, they're going to show them everything, tell them everything, and then give it to them at the beginning of next year. And the formation of the government, it's not necessary because the formation of the government is on January the 9th, 2026. Omar says he's not sure if we're going to have to wait until January the 9th, until they form the government, until they have their very first session. So he's thinking that's not going to be the case. He's thinking we're going to see this pop a lot sooner, or at least hoping so, because they're still dragging this thing out, you know, about the formation of the government. Um, I got no problems with that opinion, Omar. None. I then say, to see the Shafat News also explaining to you that the tripartite budget is more encouraging news, and when they continue to hide the 25 budget in the Gazette that they haven't released, well, once again, that's more encouraging news. Frank, Omar says that he liked the part on the television where the economist was talking about the possibility. He didn't guarantee it, but he did say there is a possibility of a fixed inside country. He's talking about 1-to-1. And then he said, and then a float, a possibility of a float outside, external of Iraq. That kind of made a whole lot of sense because we have to take care of the projects and everything that we have going on now. So I need I need to keep the rate stable in my country. So I need to keep the rate stable in country. So so you like that? Yeah, I like it. Then I say to him, "Oh my goodness." uh, um, I'll clean it. I won't read all of it. Just go ahead. Gentlemen, are you saying to me that that economists again for the fourth day in a row, the same economist comes out today and now he is being more specific about the monetary reform? He explains to you that there will be two, I don't want to say it, you got a rate inside your country and one outside. Well, that's wonderful. One inside, one outside. The one inside your country and the one outside in the international community. But the one inside is based on supply. I'm sorry. But the one outside is based on supply and demand. And the one inside your country stays the same at 1-to-1 with the dollar. This is what I've been teaching for years. But, gentlemen, this is the very first time that I have ever seen it taught by the CBI through this economist. And then this economist comes out every day and repeats every single word that we have been teaching for a while now. We're on course. Thank you for sending this about the economists. I feel fantastic because this is incredible validation. And I love the fact that every day they keep sending wave after wave of this. And I love the fact that they keep every day they keep sending wave after wave after wave of all the right people to give you more information about the monetary reform. Hey, T minus 19 days. T minus 19 days and counting according to them. Like I suggested, gentlemen, this economist is being sent to you, Iraqi citizens, by Donald Trump, and then by Sudani, and then by Allah, because he is telling you things that we have been teaching. He is telling you the truth. He is not holding back today. And anything now, granted, he is not guaranteeing anything, but because he brings a subject up and talks about it in depth and analyzes it, well, then that is the evidence that they want you to learn and be ready for this because it's coming. Let me repeat that. So this is a subject they keep bringing up over and over again, and then they talk to you about it, and then they analyze it in front of you. Well, that's the evidence that they want you to learn this. That's why they keep repeating it to you. They want you to learn this, and they want you to be ready for this because it's coming. Thanks. I didn't either. I didn't either. Looking for Omar. You go, no, 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 no. Slow down. Whoa. Hold on. No, no, slow down. He didn't say it's going to be. Please, please don't start. he said it could be. Please, it's a possibility. Please, you know how the internet is. Omar says he was only giving a scenario, okay? The economist was only giving a scenario, Frank, okay? He wasn't guaranteeing it. Why the hell was he talking about it? Because it's coming. Then I respond and I said, they are teaching you at the level of the float. They are teaching you at the level of the float, at the level of the digital dinar, at the level of the global international connections, because that's the next step. Yesterday, they started to talk to you in depth about it. You will get your new exchange rate, and your new currency will be introduced to the world, and its value will explode internationally. Please, please. He doesn't want to go through all the people bugging him. Please. Omar says, don't say he said it was guaranteed. Don't say that he said that they could be coming within dual rates. They could be coming with dual rates. Well, no, dual rates are illegal, Omar. Make sure you say one is inside and one is external. One is inside and one is external. Okay, get it right, Frank. Then I say, that's funny. Sudani is bragging that Iraq is a normal country again. That's really funny. Gentlemen, they have run out of words on how to express themselves about the success of your monetary reform. You guys are normal again? That's funny. What were you, abnormal? Well, yeah, we were 1310. We weren't even sovereign. We were restricted. We were punished. We had to go and sit in the prison for a long time. No more. Then he says, no, wait, no, Mr. Frank. The United Nations Secretary General said Iraq is a normal country. Okay? Omar says, make sure you get that right. It was the United Nations Secretary General that said Iraq is normal. Not a lot. or Sudani. That's who said it. Okay, it's normal. And then says, and then he says, Omar says, Omar says, "Are you okay?" Am I okay? No, no, the twitch won't go away. Whoa, the greenhouse roof is leaking. It's perspiring. I just saw water drop. Oh, that's so funny. Because people take what we said yesterday and they exaggerated and said, Frank and Omar said guaranteed January the first new rate. No, he didn't. And then he says here, please make sure you get it right. It was the UN guy that said that we're back to normal, not Sudani or anybody else. Okay, okay, okay. Omar says that he gave a 90-minute speech alongside Sudani. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Then I say, so the United Nations is leaving Iraq. They say they want to stick around. In actuality, they're being kicked out of your country, in my opinion. And the reason that Sudani gave the United Nations is because you have security and stability now. What do we need you for? Oh my goodness, there is those oh my goodness, there are those two magical words that we have been constantly repeating that is required to give you the new exchange rate. And he just blessed your monetary reform by saying that it has security and stability. And he told the whole world, you can trust us, come on in. Now, I know that the United Nations has plans to stick around, but mark my word, they will be kicked out. Trust me, Trump doesn't like the United Nations. But trust me, they will be kicked out. They interfere. The last thing you need is foreigners that hate. The last thing that you need is foreigners that hate your country giving you advice. Where have they been the last 20 years? They are the same as the cockroaches. They're parasites. They're leeches. They know the success of your country and they want a piece of it. Why didn't they want a piece of your failure? Yes, the United Nations guy says they have been there since 2003, but their mission is now over and no political influence needed. They will assist in other ways. Uh, I bet you a camel that they won't. Then I said, joining the global anti corruption group. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't read that to you. How did I miss that? Dear me. Well, I'm not going to go back to find it, but let me read to you what I said. Gentlemen, joining the global anti corruption group. You'll probably read about it. Joining the global anti corruption group. That's security and stability, isn't it? That is the DNA of your security and stability to bring forth the new exchange rate. Frank, remember we told you about a week ago that the United Nations was leaving and giving us full sovereignty? Remember? And today, the UN guy said it. They're out of here. I said, the reason that they're talking so much about the digital currency is because that's part of the next step that is the float. The digital currency will play a big part in that. So, Parliament is trying to accuse Sudani of the things that he's already done? How stupid. And they are pretending that he has not done them, so they want to falsely accuse him? Hold on a second. Squash. Hold on a second. Squash. That was me stepping on a cockroach because that's what I think of Parliament's words. And so should you. Now you say it's a coincidence that when 1310 expires on December the 31st, that you become a full sovereign nation? No, my dear brothers, it's not a coincidence. That is Donald Trump's plan. And it is very rare that Donald Trump fails. Hoorah. Omar says they will show the rate. This is all in our opinion. Omar says they will show the rate prior to letting Parliament get the budget. Yeah. Because he has hidden it from the cockroach crooks all this time. So the CBI controls the rate. They will show this first before Parliament gets it. I see your opinion about needing the government to be formed in order to release the new exchange rate. I tend to agree with you. Remember, the economist guy said, might be two rates. He didn't say it's going to be two rates. Big difference. He's just giving us his opinion. This is the third time, because of the paranoia in my friend's heart right now. I respect it and I show it to you. He keeps trying to tell me, remember, we said it like this. And now he's trying to tell you guys, remember, this economist guy said, he said that there might be two rates, one inside and one outside of the country. Of course there is. And it's not going to be, remember, the economist guy said it might be two rates, not going to be two rates. There's a big difference. He was giving his opinion. Then I say, in response to you, Omar, about what the economist said, that is what Walking Stick has taught me over the last few years and what we have been teaching on my YouTube. He told me that the monetary reform education would be broken down. It would be dissected and explained carefully to the Iraqi citizens. They would show them the whole monetary reform step by step, the Rasafra. That is what I have been teaching. And yesterday, they talked to you about the tax brackets and the tax codes. All of that is what we have been teaching for years. And today, they are talking to you about the dual exchange rate. Well, that's exactly what we told our listening audience. By the way, it is not a dual exchange rate. There will be an exchange rate inside, and we know what it is, and there'll be one outside because of supply and demand. Not dual. I made a mistake. The fixed rate is inside of your country, 1 to 1, more than likely on par with the American dollar, not pegged, and outside, free float, with management controls and cap the float at a rate where they suggested at about 425. Everything, and I mean everything, that I have been saying is now coming from their mouths to the world. Okay, I will not say dual, and this is where I've already corrected it because he told me don't do that because that's actually improper terminology. But I will say an exchange rate inside of your country for the Iraqi citizens and a growing exchange rate outside of your country internationally based on supply and demand and managed probably to around 425. Yeah, I'll say that in my opinion because that's what they told us. Continuing. Okay, and this Omar, and he says, "Yeah, exactly, Mr. Frank. We agree with you." Omar says, "Exactly, spot on. You are correct. If they do that and float outside, we should be at 1 to 1 inside here in our country. But what will it start at, Mr. Frank? Like 322 and then the float?" I understand about everything in my I understand about everything in my opinion. If you notice all of my YouTube start, oh, I understand about everything. And everything is in my opinion. And if you notice, all of my YouTube start that way. Everything that I say is solely in my opinion. But I will make sure that I present this tonight properly. Yeah, I agree, Omar. 322 is the RI. That is the reinstatement. We took 322 down from the shelves back in 2003, and we're ready to put it back up on the shelves so that you can start, so that you can use it as a start for your float. And more than likely cap it around 425. Notice today they told you about the Marshall Plan. That's what all this is. Frank, Omar said that his brother. Oh. Let me pick up back here. So we're in a conversation, and then Omar says, well, you know the conversation we're having. Omar says, don't be surprised, in his opinion, if this gets close to $5, Mr. Frank. It could get to 475 before it settles back. His guys have even heard of 481. I too have been thinking about the $5 range, Omar, but I think that 425 is where the RV phase calculated to be the safest. That was the revaluation study period. Omar says, thank you. No. Continuing. We have 17 trillion. This is good. We have 17 trillion in rare earths minerals. And now agriculture and tourism and custom taxes along with oil. So just saying, close to 5 could be, remember Frank, way back when we only had oil to back us up in 2012 when Shabibi said, well, we could handle the rate of $15. Well, we way richer than that now. Now, there was only 13,000 of you that listened to my UB2B last night, but I said very clearly last night they calculated it up to $15. Voila. And that's from Shabibi. To which then yeah, they're much richer now. To which then I say the following. Exactly, Omar. That's the right way to do it. Not only, no, I can't tell you that. I'm sorry. I know about your 17 trillion, in rare earth minerals because I've been investing in a lot of metals. I know about your 17 trillion rare earth minerals, and I know that you can take it up pretty high. Yeah, that was Dr. Shabibi when he suggested way back then. In my opinion, I actually saw those numbers around 14 and 15. I actually saw those numbers around 14 and 15, but they learned from the Kuwait mistake. They will manage it and they will control it. They will probably cap it around the same level that they suggested, around the 425 range. By the way, the United States of America today announced, ready? By the way, I brought you Miles Franklin. You see what gold is at? What is it, 43? Almost 44. I hope you bought it when I bought it when I brought it to you. By the way, the United States of America today announced, give me a drum roll. The United States of America today announced that we have revealed a new source of untapped rare earth minerals here in the United States of America. It is a massive amount. We told China and Russia to pick a finger. Uh, God blessed the four rivers, and God blessed America. Hey Frank, it looks like that Mark guy, Mark. So yeah, our representative. What about? It looks like that Mark guy from the United States of America who was here. He was just here with his delegation. They say he's coming back, and this time to finalize the prime minister and our government seating. And he says he will not depart until this is completed. Okay, but you think the rate will come out before the seating, huh? Okay. This economist is back on TV. Oh, come on! How many times has it be on TV today? This is the third time. Okay. The economist, he's back. He's back. Everybody, call everybody. Get over here. Come here. The guy that's squealing. The guy that just won't shut up. He's back again. 4 days in a row. But today it was twice. Okay. What up? The economist is back on the television. And he's saying that marking the end of the program rate will mean for the Iraqi citizens the end of economic hardship, and it will bring forth a phase of prosperity. He said that. He just said that. That he said that from the kindness. He kind of said, no, he didn't kind of. The guy said that. The making of the end of the program rate at the end of this year will bring an end to hardship for citizens, economic hardship to end for citizens, and bring forth a phase of prosperity. He said that. He just said that, Mr. Frank. He just said that on TV. He said that. He said the whole thing. He just said that. Unbelievable. Hey, Tink, come here. When I read this to Claire today, what did she say?
She said, "Oh wow!"
Oh wow! Here, let me show you the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing. So, wait a minute. This economist guy is back out again today? Yeah. Well, what did he say? He says to us citizens that on the 31st, when the program rate ends, it's the end of our economic hardship. And it's going to bring forth a phase of prosperity. He said that. He said that. He said that. He just said that. He said that. He just said that. He said that. He said the making of the end of the program rate at the end of this year will bring an end to hardship for citizens, economic hardship to end for the end of the citizen, and it's going to bring forth this phase of prosperity. And he said that. He just said that. He said that, Mr. Frank. He just said that. He said that on TV. He said that. He said the whole thing. He just said that. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that my friends in Iraq are going crazy right now? Because it's the same guy, the economist. He came out 4 days ago. But then today, and he repeats the same thing. January the 1st, that Allah told everybody. And then today, he repeats it again. January the 1st, and we already talked about it. But then he comes out a second time. And this time he says, hey, what? we in the money, honey. What's the title of your UB2B? Get ready, citizens. He said that. My mind flashes back at a lot of voices and a lot of people that are in pain. He said that, Mr. Frank. The whole thing, he just said that. Unbelievable. He said he really did. And he's talking about how this will break in. He gives us the steps on. He said it will bring trust to the citizens of the government. He's talking really fast. We got to go back and listen. We'll send you more. So the guy comes out 3 days in a row and he tells them, you know what's going on. And you know at the end of this month. But he comes out one more time and he says, look, what I'm trying to tell you is this, okay? Happy days are here again. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Okay? Oh my gosh. We're going to get you more. They did. And because it was only 13,000 views yesterday, I don't know if you're interested in this. Oh, how coy of you, Frank. Let's see what else he said. You want to? He said, as quickly as possible, the end of 1310 era is at the end of 2025 Iraqis. And it will bring a new structure to our financial system in 2026. Yes, he did say that, Omar. Yes, he did say that, Eddie. Yes, he did say that, Sammy. Yes, he did say that, Neil. Yes, he did say that, Iraqis. Congratulations. It's your just reward. You've suffered enough. You old timers in Iraq, make sure that the young generation doesn't drop this. Make sure that they don't mess it up. Before you leave this planet Earth, old generation of Iraq, teach the youth of your country. Teach them how to protect the new monetary reform. Then I say the following, and it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. And by the way, how long have I been with you? An hour and a half. I told you it would be about 2 hours, and there's still so much more. Greetings, gentlemen. I send you my aloha, Neil, Eddie, Sammy, Omar, all Iraqi citizens that watch us, and all of our bank friends in Iraq. Because for the fourth day in a row, we have the same economist that comes out, and now he even comes out twice today, and he tells you just now, as the day comes to an end, for you to notice and to pay attention on how they are doing the monetary reform. And it's interesting how he's trying to sneak it out to you Iraqi citizens, because he was reading it as fast as possible, because he has so much to tell you. And it turns out that today he gives you what we have all been suspecting, that at the end of this month, when 1310 dies, and at the beginning of next month, maybe possibly a 1-to-1 is born. That's the only way prosperity. That's the only way your economy. That's the only way that our American representatives wanted the monetary reform to turn out. And for that matter, that's the only way that you Iraqi citizens wanted it. That's why your confidence is now, that's why your confidence is going to grow back into your country, into your government, into your banks. Be strong, Iraqi citizens. Don't let this fail. Back into your banks. That same excited confidence is being shown in your investors that are holding contracts that are about to pour into your country and explode you economically. It took until the fourth day in a row for this economist to spit out what he's been trying to say all this time. No wonder they suggested that we are T minus 19 days and counting. Congratulations, gentlemen. Congratulations, Iraqis. It's over with. It's over with. The pain and the suffering. Then, unfortunately, because of the sensitivity of my teams in Iraq, they send me this, which I'm not going to play. But it disturbed my teams to the point where they say, what should we do? Should we just stop sharing? CBI confirms 1310. CBI confirms 1310 IQD rate ends December 2025. Major dinar shift coming. Iraqi dinar news update. Okay. Mr. Frank, here's another video. And this one is actually talking about our buddy, our economist guy that has talked to us 4 days in a row. But what disturbs us is that this person, whoever it is, and it sounds like AI, he says my name, Omar. They're using my name, Omar. I never talked to this person. I don't know them from Sam. Really? They know all of our terminologies, man. That's pretty cool. I don't know you from Sam. Okay, Sam's a good name too. I don't know you from Adam. I don't know you from whatever. Okay. But he's not happy. He's not happy, and it could end my sharing with you. I never talked to this person. I don't know them from Sam. Unbelievable. But they repeat what I said to you. This is disrespectful. This guy on the TV, they even say your name, Mr. Frank, with mine. We are tired of this. What do we do? I say to him, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you, brother Omar. It's flattering when you stop and think about it because they copy the best, don't they? I'm proud of you guys. Don't worry about anything else. Frank, here's something very interesting. And it's been a day of nothing but interesting stuff. Tell you what, you want to stop? There's still way too much. Shabbat news. The numbers don't lie. Now listen carefully, and I'm not going to go into it. $340,000 is the share of every Iraqi in the wealth among the resources among the resource giants. They tell them this on TV. What do you think they're talking about? That's why I'm not going to explain it to you. But I did say, OMG! I said, this is just another way that they're trying to tell you, something. OMG. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Gentlemen, can you give me the breakdown for today's report? Omar says, sure. So here's the rundown, and he gives me a complete report. This is the good one. Number one, that's the good one. Exchange rate updates. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has confirmed that the current 1310 IQD exchange rate will expire at the end of December 2025. They will introduce a new rate starting in January. I told you we should have stopped. Everything I'm saying is, in my opinion, this is a summary. This is not some CBI person. We believe, in our opinion, based on what they're saying, that they should introduce a new rate starting in January. Although they haven't announced the exact figure yet, it's part of a border currency recalibration plan. Uh, two is you, man. Oh, look at that. In short, Frank, we're looking at a big couple of transactions at the end of the month, both the exchange rate shift and the. Oh, yeah, that's true. The end of the program rate and the end of the UN. Because they had the sanctions to it. I never put that together. What do we do? Well, let's just read the summary at the very, very bottom here. So it's essentially a critique of the governance. Iraq has enough resources that every citizen should theoretically be well off, but systemic corruption and mismanagement means that wealth doesn't translate into actual prosperity. That's why they have been doing what they have in order to bring the security and stability back. Now, what happened with Shafat is highlighting the disconnection between Iraq's oil wealth and the lived reality, excuse me, and the live reality of its people. The 340,000 figure is a symbol. Wow! So the 340,000 figure is a symbolic, a reminder of what Iraq should have access to if resources were managed transparently. How this is getting ridiculous. This is they're presenting the scenario, but the scenario is true. Because there's going to be a new rate change and of their assets. But I'm not going to read all that other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done. We're done. I've been with you far more than I should. Would you like a bank story? Let me take a drink because I haven't drank in an hour and a half. And you tell me, do you want a bank story? If not, we'll say goodnight. What they say, but
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Here's another one that was put in chat.
This is another bank story?
Yeah. Another Wells Fargo.
It's a premium number. Tell you what, I'll save this one for tomorrow, okay? I'll save that one for tomorrow, Tink. Let me play this one instead.
I got a call from the upper ups in Chase Bank because I have an appointment tomorrow. Anyways, I need to explain it to you.
Okay. So then she calls back, and this is what she says.
Hi, Frank and Pink. This is Mrs. E. I spoke with you guys last week about going into Chase Bank and meeting with their financial advisor. And then we set up an appointment for this week. I didn't have the appointment, however. I got called from an upper up from that person, and they were very interested in what I had to say. when it would revalue, but it's not when, it's just, it's not if, it's just when. And so he said, I have about 3 or 4 of you that are really into this dinar. And he said, so I've got all your names and phone numbers that definitely will call you should anything arise on my end. And he was calling me, I live in Utah, so he was calling me from Salt Lake, which I live an hour and a half north of Salt Lake. So I just thought I'd bring you up to date because I told you I would let you know how the appointment went. But it wasn't a bad call. It wasn't this is a scam. He never said anything like that. He just said, I have several people on the list that I need to be in touch with as this goes forward. And he certainly said he would definitely be in touch with me as that happens. So I thought that was encouraging rather than just canceling an appointment. Take care, Frank.
Thank you. Thank you kindly for your bank story. This is also, that's a good one. I'll read you this bank story tomorrow, family. We're done. If you study what'd you think? Was it a good Yubi-Tubi? That economist, man, I hope I get to meet him one day. I'm gonna give him a big hug. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming out and doing what Sudani and Alak and Trump told you to do. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to do one more thing before I say goodbye to you. If you studied the Iraqi dinar with me, we're done. Y'all take care, okay? If you stick around for Aloha, I'll show you something. But before I show you the Aloha, I want to show you this. To the gentleman that sent me the Newsweek cover, thank you. Thank you. I plan to frame this. Do you understand who's in control of the monetary reform of Iraq? Do you understand, KTFA family? Because it's not him. You read those words, didn't you? Thank you, sir, for sending this. We'll take care of you like we promised. Then, this came in the mail. You opened it, huh?
No, I just slid it so you could get it open easy. Wow.
Wow, right.
Nice.
Where's Claire? Wow!
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow! Wow. My goodness. That really does look like me too. That's a very good likeness drawing of me there. That's wow.
Cookie Monster.
You want to see it, guys? Look at that. Huh? Huh?
Nice.
See the likeness? Yeah. Yeah. See the eyes, the eyebrows, the big nose. Oh my goodness! Look at all this stuff. No, I cannot smell, but it looks like it has dates, kiwi, prunes, pears, all types of nuts. Where's the cookies? Oh man! Oh, there's some type of there's some kind of looks like a cookie. Wow, Jan.
We don't know who sent it.
Prunes. We don't know who sent it.
No.
The box didn't say, Whoever sent this, thank you. Call me tomorrow so I can thank you, okay? Thank you. And for all of you that are sending us Christmas cards, thank you. We're putting them up on our wall. There's a bunch of them. Some of you are sending your Christmas cards with your family portraits on it. All your families lined up. Thank you. It's very kind of you. So anyways, there it be, okay? I just wanted to show this to you. And if you stick around for Aloha, hey Tink, do you mind holding this up? Let me see if I can get up. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to show you a rare type of fern. You know that I get into collecting these air ferns, and I also collect moss. I like moss a lot. Can you see this?
I gotta zoom in. I got it.
Okay. There. This is wood from a tree bark, and that's the moss. The moisture is on the moss, and this is a very unique, very different type of air fern. It looks like grass, doesn't it? But it'll eventually get very, very big. I forgot the name of it. I feel silly. I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry.
Like ponytail.
Yeah, like ponytail. Yeah. Let's see. I've been working on these guys. I don't know if they can see these, but I made more of these. There's that one right there. And there's that one right there. And there's that one right there.
And there's that one. Way.
Oh, yes. Check it out. I like that one. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. Tomorrow, I'm going to put this above our heads.
Hold on 1 second here.
Okay.
Oh, they got rid of it for me.
Tomorrow, I'm putting this over our heads.
Holly?
Yeah. You know why?
Mm-mm.
Because it's like mistletoe.
It looks like mistletoe.
It is mistletoe.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you got to give me a kiss, okay? Come on. Thank you kindly for being with us. God bless you all. Sweet aloha. The Economist. I love that guy, don't you?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, Claire. Oh, wow. Wow. I told her I was going to do that. Sweet aloha. I love you.